Hey, this is Adam Ginsberg, and thanks so much for joining me on this live training session. Hey, I want to talk with you today about an interesting topic, which is why it's so important to understand how to product source from Target and sell on Amazon. Now, in order to understand the value of Target and how to best source from Target, there's a few other things that we need to have in place. The first is the understanding of what Amazon is, how Amazon works, and how that compares to most major retailers. So, first and foremost, Amazon is a very interesting place because it is unique in the sense that it allows third parties like me and you to sell on Amazon. And yet, Amazon also sells on the Amazon marketplace. They have their own seller ID. And Amazon sells about 20% of all the items that are sold on Amazon. So it used to be more like 50-50, but because there are so many more sellers like me and you, that number has skewed. It's about 80% third-party sellers and about 20% sold by Amazon. Now, in comparison, one of the reasons that we avoid sites like eBay is because eBay is all third-party sellers. There's very little controls, and we're not sure we know what we are getting. So we've always advised that one source that you stay away from buying from is eBay. You're not buying from a retailer, you're buying from a third party. And one of the differentiating factors between eBay and Amazon is that eBay doesn't sell anything on eBay. eBay is a true platform. Now, many of you will know that if you watched some of our older training videos, there was a long period of time where we purchased from Walmart to sell on Amazon. And mostly that was in the days where we were doing in-store product sourcing. Then we transitioned away from buying on Amazon, buying on Walmart to sell on Amazon. And the reason for that is that Walmart has now opened up the Walmart.com platform to allow third-party sellers like me and you to sell on Walmart. And it's a great opportunity because it opens up the Walmart.com website for so many more buyers to come on and get what they're looking for. But the reason that we advised for the longest time not to buy from Walmart is there was no way to differentiate between a third-party seller and Walmart. Well, now Walmart has updated their website, so we have the ability to sort out third-party sellers. We don't want to be buying from individuals who are selling on Walmart. That's the reason that we select Walmart only when we're doing that filter. Well, what's interesting about Target is that Target allows third-party sellers to sell on Target. But the difference is it is not third-party sellers yet, like me and you. It is third-party sellers like big major brands. So for example, we'll talk specifically about one, and that's called Musician's Friend. And Musician's Friend is a great place to source product from their retail site to sell on Amazon. Great products, great discounts, and great opportunities. The challenge with the Musician's Friend for some of our Internet Mastery community members is that Musician's Friend doesn't ship to third-party warehouses like the Internet Mastery Prep Center. And so if you go to Musician's Friend directly to make your purchase, you're not going to find that they're going to be able to deliver to the prep center. If you're prepping yourself, Musician's Friend creates a great opportunity for you. However, in this specific example with Target, Target does allow third parties to sell on Target. The difference is that they're all major brands or retailers. So, for example, Musician's Friend sells on Target. So if you're looking for Musician's Friend products, and we'll look that up here in just a moment, you can actually find them right on Target. You buy Musician's Friend through Target, and then when you do that, you end up being able to ship to the prep center because there's never an issue with shipping from Target to the prep center. So I want to give you some tips and insights and strategies on how you can get the most from Target. There's a few things I want you to keep in mind. Number one, many of our Internet Mastery community members are new, and we thank you for joining and being part of this amazing community. If you are, you're most likely relying on BOLO deals as opportunities for you to do your initial sourcing. The more you do the business, the more you learn that there are legitimately and literally opportunities everywhere for you to be able to find product. And what you learn is that the way we used to do product sourcing was going directly to the retailer. It still provides amazing benefit and opportunity when you know exactly what you're doing. It opens up the possibilities. Now, before I get into Target, before I head to Target, I want to tell you about an experience that I just had because I think it's one that can apply to everyone. You may have heard me say in the past that opportunities are everywhere. You just need to be open to them and looking for them. And the difference for most people is not whether the opportunity is there, it's whether or not they see that opportunity. Let me make sure that we are okay. So if we understand that opportunities are everywhere, then how do we become more aware of them? Well, let me give you a situation that just happened with me. I went on Amazon to buy a grocery product. I'm not going to tell you exactly what this product is. You'll understand why in just a moment. But I went online to Amazon to buy a product for my kitchen. It's a seasoning product, a grocery product. And when I went to buy it, it was about $8.95. Not a big price point. However, it was not available on Amazon.com. It was available through Whole Foods. And it was available to be delivered within 1 to 2 hours from the time that I purchased it. And it was $12 shipping. It really didn't sit very well with me, actually. Because I don't want to pay $12 for shipping for something that was an $8, $9 product. So I thought, all right, I'm just going to pass. And then I was looking at another product in the same general category, and it was on Amazon. And it was about $25, $27, $29, $32, depending on the variations. So I said, this is also available at Whole Foods. I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to Whole Foods and I'm going to buy it at Whole Foods. Whole Foods is about 8 minutes from my house. I'll save all that money on shipping. I'll go pick it up. And while I'm there, I'll do my grocery shopping. So I'll kill two birds with one stone. So I get to Whole Foods and I'm going to the aisle where this particular item is. And there are 5 different variations of this item. And they are all sold out, literally all sold out. Now, what was really interesting about the items was the price points. So one of the items that was selling on Amazon for $29, $29.99 actually, was at Whole Foods for $18, but it was sold out. Another item that was $9, the one that was $12 shipping, they only had 2 left. I couldn't find. So I'm going to guess that was sold out as well. But it didn't make sense to me that it could be sold out if it was delivered from that Whole Foods to my house in an hour or two. It had to be somewhere in Whole Foods. And then the third item was selling on Amazon for $51. But again, all sold out. So I continue to do my grocery shopping. I'm like, I'm at Whole Foods anyway. This is a little bit depressing. What I came here for is not here. And then I went to check out. And while I was checking out, of course, the young lady said to me, did you find everything you're looking for? I said, no. What I'm looking for is this. And it was all sold out. She said, hang on, let me make a phone call. So she made a phone call to somebody in the back, and they said, it's coming in tomorrow on the truck. I said, okay, great. So I went back the next day to get this specific item. And while I was there, I met with the customer service. I'm telling you all this because I want you to understand what happens. I went to the area in the grocery store and it wasn't there. It was not on the shelves. So I was directed to customer service. I spoke to a very lovely lady at customer service who said, it's not in, it's not coming in. She's not sure why I was told that, and I should check back in a few days. I said, well, I drove here specifically for this because I was told it would be here. She said, okay, let me find the head grocer in that area, that department. I'll bring him to the front. So understand, I went the first time it was sold out. I went the second day and it was sold out, not there. And then when I went to customer service, they said the information I was given wasn't right, and I could speak to somebody else if I wanted to, but I wouldn't have any other luck. Most people at that point would have simply left. So I waited for the head of that department to come. I spoke to him, a very nice man, and he said, yeah, it came in today. Would you like me to go get it? We have 5 different kinds. Which one should I get? I said, just bring me all 5. I'm not really sure what I want. And what's going through my head was, yeah, I'm going to buy some for me, but I wonder if there's an opportunity to sell this on Amazon. So when he came back, he brought me the 5. There were 5. It was like a little cart he had pulled, and there were boxes and boxes and boxes, 6 units per box of these 5 different ingredients. And so I said to him, do you happen to have this particular one that I came here for? It says that it's at your store, because this is the only Whole Foods in my area. It's at your store, and it could be delivered in the next hour or 2, so it has to be here. He said, no, we don't actually sell that, so I'm not sure how Amazon's going to deliver that to you. He said, but let me scan it. So I pulled it up on Amazon, pulled up the UPC code, and he scanned it, and he said, yes, I can order it for you. I said, great, let's order it for me. He said, I'll call you when it comes in. I said, okay, great. So I said, what do you have? So we opened up the 5 boxes, and we looked at the 5 different items. The first one is on Amazon, and it's selling on Amazon for $29.99. I could buy it for $18. My profit is 34%. He said, how many do you want? I said, I don't know, maybe 6, 1 box. He said, no problem. He said, it's a pretty popular seller. We have one guy who comes in and every month orders 80 cases. That's 500 units a month. So I pull out my Amazon app on my phone because I have an iPhone. I've got the app downloaded. I pull it up. I see the item is selling pretty well. I could sell somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 units a month of this item. That's pretty exciting to think about that. And so I said, okay, well, give me 3 boxes then. Let me just start with 18 units. He said, anytime you want more, just come in the store, ask for me, or call in, ask for me. You can order as many as you want. We don't care. They don't care whether we buy them and sell them on Amazon. They don't care what we do with them. So then as I'm checking out, I said, well, how about this one right here? Now listen to this. This other one is selling for $51. $51. I'm like, I could buy it for 18 and sell it for 51. I said that to the guy. He said, oh, no, you can't do that. I said, I can't? He said, no, because that one's only $5.50. Excuse me? $5.50 selling $51 on Amazon and not listed for that amount, literally selling that amount. That item was actually selling better. I could sell somewhere between 50 and 100 units of that every month. You can do your own math, folks. And so what I did is I bought them all, right? And I brought them home, and then I brought them to the prep center. But I would have prepped them myself, except that I know where the prep center is, and I go to the prep center on a regular basis. My point, though, is not that you can just come buy the items and bring them to the prep center. That's not the point. The point is that opportunities are everywhere. This was here's the best part. As he was leaving, I was getting ready to check out, and he went to the back. I'm paying for my things, and he came running back. He said, good news, I found the 2 items you were looking for. He had them. They were in the back. They weren't on the shelf. He knew that they were somewhere in the store because otherwise, how could the Amazon deliver from my local Whole Foods in the next 1 to 2 hours? So I got to take those 2 units home. It was a home run. And now I've got this constant source. Anytime I want more, as soon as I sell out, I just go back to Whole Foods and buy more. I'm not buying it on sale, clearance, or closeout. I'm buying it at the regular price, and then I'm selling it on Amazon. Now, one thing that I want to mention to you, something very important that I think everybody should understand. This is a brand name product. That's a good one, too. You could tell, right? This is a brand name product. So when I went to list it on Amazon, I noticed that there were 3 listings. The same product. First one had, in the brand, it said generic. Second one in the brand said generic. Third one was the brand. I was gated for the one that was the brand. I clicked the button, I instantly got ungated. So the product was available for me to sell right away. But I want you to understand that if you're selling a brand name product and somebody else creates a listing and puts it under generic, you should be very conscious about staying away from that listing. Because even though the item is a brand, whoever that one seller is that created that listing that's selling it on a generic listing might be doing something with that listing where you could get in trouble. I would just stay away from when you're selling a branded product, if there's a listing that actually has the brand name on it versus one that says generic, pick the one that says the brand name. Now, if there's only one listing overall for that item, then the generic is fine. But if there are multiple listings for the same item, look for the one that says the brand itself. Okay, now let's go back to Target. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take you to Target, and I want to show you something most people don't know exists, and that is that Target has their own branded products that they sell through Target. And so if you understand that, then you know that Amazon is not going to be the seller on these listings. This is going to be just sellers that have listed the items, bought them from Target to sell them on Amazon. Target doesn't sell on Amazon. So let me show you where that is here. And that is on a website. Let me just move a few things around here on my screen to make sure that I can see what you see. That website is corporate.target.com. Corporate.target.com. So it's not just the normal Target site, it's corporate.target.com. And when you come to corporate.target.com, you can go to the About section. And then from the About section, you click on Products and Services, and then it will show you the Target brands. These are brands that are owned by Target. So A New Day, All in Motion, Art Class, Auden, Ava, Boots and Barkley. All of these are products and brands that are owned by Target that you can actually sell on Amazon. So if you scroll through here, again, this is old-fashioned product sourcing. This is labor intensive. This is time intensive. But if you have the time and you're looking for things to sell, this might be an opportunity. So we can see here that Kindful, this is a brand of from Target, cat and dog food. So I'm just going to select the brand itself, and I'm going to head over to Amazon and see if it's there. We know that this brand is from Target, and we can see all of these listings from Kindful that have been listed on Amazon. Okay, all of these listings on Amazon. Now, there's a lot of learning that goes into all this, and so the thing that I want you to understand about this business is that it's literally not just a copy and paste business. You know, we have some students, and we love all of our community, but some students who, after a week or two of doing this, get so frustrated that they haven't found what they're looking for. I just remind you all, my dad was an eye surgeon, and he went to undergraduate school for 4 years. He went to medical school for 4 years, and then he went to specialty school for 3 years. He was in school for 11 years before he was able to practice medicine as an ophthalmologist. And so if you understand what I'm talking about, then don't let yourself get frustrated after a week or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks if you haven't found any good deals yet. You're starting a new business, and this is an experience and an opportunity where there's so much learning. I sit with students that have been doing this for 3 and 4 years, and there's still more to learn. I'm telling you, I've been doing this now 19 years, and there are still things that I learn on an ongoing basis. So your work is never complete. Now, let's go back and talk about this Kindful product. So what you'll notice here is that these are products that are specific to Target. So let's just take a look at this one right here. And this is the Kindful Rawhide Chicken Recipe Dog Treat. So I'm actually going to do it in reverse. I'm going to head back to Target, I'm going to look at the regular Target website, target.com, and now I'm going to look up what is on Amazon. Now, there's ways around this. So I'm going to give you a faster way to do this in just a moment. But if we take a look at this product here, we can see this is the Rawhide 3.5, okay? And a Target doesn't sell this as a bundle. So this is being sold as a bundle by whoever created this listing. And we'll come back here, we'll see that they're $8 each over here on Target, and the bundle is $30. So we know we're going to be in the profit. I'm not going to check yet necessarily whether it's selling, because I want you to, again, see something that's important. The first thing you'll see here is that the brand is generic. Now, this is not a generic brand. This brand is generic. The reason that this is like this, and this is something you have to be conscious of, is you, as a seller, cannot sell this item. I think sometimes it's really important to know what you can't do, as often it is to know what you can do. So in this case, what you can see is that there is a bag in the back. There's a blue bag, and the title says Kindful Rawhide Free Chicken Recipe Sticks Dog Treats and resealable bags. In other words, what this seller has done, this is a really cool advanced training strategy, is they have added in this particular product here that is their product that you probably will never find or never have access to. Even if you could, I would stay away from it. They are the only seller on the listing. And what it does is it shows you that you can't sell this item. Even though you have these two main products, you can sell this item. And what I notice in looking at almost all of the Kindful listings is somebody has something. You see this? This one is a different free giveaway. This one includes a mixing spatula. This one includes a microfiber towel. So this one includes resealable bags. So it's as if whoever is creating these listings are adding something into the listing to help make sure that their product is unique. This is creating a bundle with a unique listing, and it's a super advanced but incredibly powerful strategy. And what you'll also see here is that, look, let me give you an example, okay? I don't know what a mixing spatula has to do with any of this. I certainly don't know what this microfiber towel has to do with any of this. It doesn't really matter. What they've done is they've added something to the listing so that you can't add yourself to their listing. So when I'm looking at all of these, the only one it seems like is a potential option is this one. This one doesn't have any extra bags, doesn't have any extra tools, it doesn't have any extra cloths. It is literally just this listing. And what we can see here is that this is Kindful Chicken Jerky Recipe Dog Training Treats. It's the 8-ounce. We can literally go back to Target. We can search for it and see if it's there. And it is. They're $8.29 each. And that's the 8-ounce. And that looks just like this one. So we know that we could buy them for $16 and sell them for $30. And of course, when we click Spy Rivals X, we can see it has not sold. That's not surprising. That's a good thing that we have access to this tool to be able to save us a bunch of money. Now, one fast workaround that you can do is go directly to Spy Rivals 2.0 and simply search for the Kindful brand in this specific case, because that's a very unique brand. Click on search. It will tell you what is selling right away. So you don't have to look up each one individually. It also will show you that the only one that's really selling, these are not Kindful brands here. Here's one. The Kindful brands aren't selling great. The only one that is selling a little bit is the adult chicken and brown rice recipe, the 3-pound bag. This one and these two. So if you were going to create your own listings and create your own bundles, this would be how you would determine which are the ones that have the most potential for you to add to your business. Now, when you look at the target brands, there are a lot of different brands. So there's a process. I would look at Market Pantry as an option. You could look at Room Essentials, for example. If we take a look at Target, again, we just go to Target. Let's go to target.com and just simply type in Room Essentials. And what will happen is you'll see that on the Target search results, the brand is Room Essentials. So even though there are lots of different brands that Target has in this category of home, by typing in the Room Essentials here, we're only seeing the Room Essentials results. And there are 649 results. Now, just take a look at this one here. This is a 24 hours. You will find that more often than not, the branded Target items are not on Amazon, but it doesn't mean that there aren't opportunities here for somebody who knows what they're looking for. You can see this particular one is not on Amazon. Now, I wouldn't list items on Amazon that are not on Amazon, certainly if I'm a beginner. But if I know how to create bundles and I know how to create listings, again, this creates long-term opportunity. Something Julie Grab mentioned in a video that she did, which is that when she started, she sold over $3 million on Amazon. When she started, she created, after learning what to do, some unique bundles. And years later, some of those unique bundles are still unique to her. So the unique bundle concept is a good one when you know what you're doing and you understand the process. Now, let's continue here, and I'll show you another example. Let's look back at Target at this 18-pack plastic hangers. Let's just take a look at this one. I'm just going in order from what I see in the results. So I'll grab this here. We'll see if it's on Amazon, and there it is. Room Essentials, plastic, adult hangers in white, and in black. There's this listing here, there's this listing here, there is this listing here. And if we take a look further, we can see that those are the listings for the Room Essentials. There's just 3 of them, okay? Just 3 of them. So we have this one, that's the white one. We have this one, which is the black one. And then we have this one, which is also the black one. Now, if we take a look at Target, what we can see on Target is that they have the white one, they have the black one, they actually have a gray one as well. I didn't look to see if there was a gray one. I don't see that necessarily here, but we could do more research if we needed to. The point is that this pack is $3. So this pack of hangers is $3 on Target right now. And if you look on Amazon, it's $15 for the white ones, it's $13 for the black ones, and it is, let's take a look at the price, it is $15 for, but this is FB, so $21, $22, $23 FBA. Now, let me go back to the point that I was making earlier. When you see here that it says Room Essentials brand, that's a much better option for you since you are selling that brand. So if we take a look at the white, we can see the white one is not selling. So yes, we have to apply to get ungated. That's not surprising. However, we can also see that it isn't selling. If we were to take a look at the black ones, we can see that this one is not selling either. Now again, the purpose of this example is not to find one for you that's selling. That's going to be your responsibility. I'm just giving you a workaround and a cool advanced training way for you to find the target brands specifically that a lot less people are aware of. And if we take a look at this one, we can see that this one is selling less than this one, even though it has twice as many reviews. Now, if we click on this listing here, you can see that we need to request approval. This one, we need to request approval. If we were to click on request approval just for fun, let's log in here and see what happens. I'm going to click on request approval, and it says I need to watch a video. So I'm going to answer the video questions. After watching the video, I'm going to enter my email. I'm going to hope for good news. I'm going to click submit, and boom, I'm now approved. I've got to wait a few minutes for Internet Mastery and Amazon to communicate with each other so I can hit refresh and relist the item. I'm not going to sell this item, but understand that maybe this item would sell better if it was a bundle of a 2-pack. So maybe it's 18-pack and an 18-pack, or maybe you do a white pack and a black pack and you bring it all together. Maybe you do a black pack and then a white pack and then a black pack and you put it together and you have an Oreo cookie set of hangers. You can do anything you want to do as you're moving forward, but understand what we're talking about here, and that is the real opportunity of knowing what you're looking for and understanding the process. Now, let me continue and head over to Target and show you something else. So let's say that I was on Walmart just for a moment. When I click on deals, and then I head over to video games, so let me try to find the video game category. It doesn't really matter which one, but I'll pick video games here, and then go to all filters. When I scroll down to retailer, you'll notice that it's Walmart, Pro Sellers, and Marketplace Sellers. So I want to get rid of all of the other sellers. However, when I'm doing the same thing on Target, so let's go over here to Target.com and let's take a look at video games this way. Okay, and we can see that there are 3,735. We want to click on deals, no problem. All deals, fantastic. So let's click on that. And then once I click on all deals, you can see there are 381 results. Well, in the categories where it is eligible, what I can do is click on sold by. Now, I don't need to do this, but I want you to understand that Diddly Deals, Fulfillment Express, Juvo Plus, these are other sellers that Target has approved. It's not third-party sellers like me and you. So you do not have to exclude any of those sellers at this time. Now, it might come where we can all sell on Target, and then Target becomes like Walmart, and we'd have to separate out third-party sellers on Target. But for right now, we can leave it as it is. So if we're sourcing for video games on Target, we're going to look for those that are on sale, clearance, or closeout that are going to give us the best opportunities. And then, of course, we're going to do one at a time. Now, when we go through this, it's a slow and tedious process. It is. That's where the Bolo deals and the Bolo search give us such an amazing opportunity, because with Bolo deals, we get these deals that have already been sorted and factored. Where we have Bolo search, we have over 35,000 opportunities in Bolo search that give us the ability to look for these types of things. So you don't need to take away any third party in Target. Now, I'll show you another really cool thing when it comes to Target. So we have the video games, we have the ability to do that. I would for sure sort by price. Certainly for video games, I would remove anything over $50, and I would do it like this. That's going to take us from 348, from 340 something to 348. Now, if you wanted to only start, let's say you're just beginning and it just feels overwhelming to go through 386 deals, you could do the sold by Target first if you wanted to, and that's going to bring you from 348 down to 125. 125 is still a good opportunity, but understand where and what we're doing. We're buying on sale, so if you're going to do this, you need to be prepared to make your purchase, because you can see that a lot of these items that are on sale have a time frame of when that sale ends. Now, if you watched some of the other videos that we have produced and put out recently, you'll understand that there are plenty of ways for you to lower even more these prices that you get from Target. You can get cash back on your credit card, that's 2%. You can use gift cards, that's usually 1 to 1.5% on Target. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Target and Walmart have the lowest cash back and discount card savings because they have the best margins, or the lowest margins, the best profit opportunities for you. And then you can go through a site like Rakuten and get even further discounts. So we call this discount stacking. Typically, that's anywhere from 3, and depending on the retailer, up to 10 to 15% off of the regular on sale pricing that you're going to get. So let's go back to Target just for another moment here. And let me show you what I was going to say earlier about musical instruments. So if we go to musical instruments, we can see that we do have opportunities for sold by. And sold by could include musician's friend. But again, when you take a look at these other retailers that are sold by, they're all brand names. So one of the benefits of doing it this way is that a site like Musician's Friend, which might not ship to the prep center, will ship through Target to the prep center. And what really is interesting is that it doesn't always show up in a Target box. Like, we'll get boxes from Musician's Friend, but you ordered them through Target. And the way that works is they're not fulfilled by Target. So if you order them from Musician's Friend, they ship them in a Musician's Friend box directly to the prep center. They don't have the same rules. It's Target's rules, not the retailer's rules. And that's a huge benefit to you that a lot of people miss out on. So let's take a look back at Musician's Friend. Let's just select sold by Musician's Friend and see how many we are left with. By the way, before we do that, we are at 1,871 results. So we click on Musician's Friend, and now we are at 988 results, all shipped through Musician's Friend. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't want to sell these heavy items, so I'd probably factor that in and say, show me everything that sells for less than $200. Let's just see what that gives us. It gives us from, let's see, for some reason my numbers went up. Okay, that's interesting. Let's now sort and remove some of the higher priced ones and go up to $100. And you can see that I still have some of the bigger items, but more importantly than not, I have mostly the smaller items. And we're going to look for the ones that are on sale. So let's see, they don't give you that option here. They just have sort, relevant, featured, bestseller. So there's no sale price here as a category option, right? Let's take a look at this and see brand, category, price, type. We can drill down a little bit, but we don't see anything related to just showing us the ones on sale. So what we can do is just go through each of these and see if any of them make sense. Now, a lot of times when we're going through this process, what you'll find is that some of the items that are just regular priced are still significantly better than those that are on Amazon. So I'm going to take a look at this one right here. I don't know why this one popped out at me. This is the Nino Wood Egg Shaker. And we can head over to Amazon and we can just see if it's there. And there it is. That's weird. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, so this is, here you go. So this price is $6.99. Good news is we can buy it at Target for $6.99. This, of course, is shipped by FBM. I'm not sure that it gives me enough leeway or latitude to raise the price, and more importantly, it's not selling. Now, let me just remind you all of something that is, again, a common theme for you to understand. Because if you know what you're doing and you understand and your expectations are set up, then what it does, it allows you to be in the right mindset. When you're sourcing product, on average, you're going to have to copy and paste 50 times before you find a good one. 50 times. Now, maybe you are good enough that it's not that much. And what's beautiful about this technology that we have is that it allows you to eliminate the bad ones right off the top. And this is the strategic advantage that we have over other people who are selling on Amazon. Everything is in one tool. We don't have all these different tools that have all this different information that's always conflicting. We have one tool. And in that one tool, we have the ability to come up with the right information. And here are some of the reasons that there are so many bad ones. Number one, the item might not be on Amazon. Number two, the item might not be profitable. Number three, the item might be restricted. Number four, the item might be sold by Amazon. Number five, the item might not be selling at all. Number six, maybe that item is hazmat or it can't be sold by FBA. In other words, there are so many different reasons. When we go through the BOLO deals and the BOLO search opportunities, we actually have 26 different data points that we factor in before we allow something to be potentially an opportunity for you. So if you are understanding this, regardless, brand new, you say, oh my gosh, I went through 50 items and I only found one. Yeah, good. That's what's supposed to happen. You are good at it. Congratulations. You say, well, I went through 100 items and I only found one. Okay, you're new, you're learning. Sometimes that happens. It all depends on the time, it depends on the category, it depends on the website. Different places have different opportunities. And so when we go through and we use this tool called Spy Rivals, we really need to appreciate the value in it. Spy Rivals doesn't find you product. Spy Rivals eliminates the bad ones so that you don't make those mistakes. For example, let's say that you were not part of Internet Mastery and you went through 50 items. How would you know which was the one in the 50 that you should be buying? You wouldn't. And so when you can say bad deal, it's very frustrating. I understand that. Seems like everything is a bad deal. But folks, if only 2 out of 100 are good, now maybe the numbers are slightly higher or slightly lower, but if only 2 out of 100 are good, how do you know which are the two? It's time consuming, yes. Is it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Listen, there's a lot of things you can do in life to make money. There's not a whole lot of things that you can do from anywhere in the world on any device that revolves around you copying and pasting. It's not hard work. It's time consuming. It's disappointing if it takes a little bit longer. But the opportunities are endless. And when you understand the strategic advantage you have, Target becomes one of your tools in your tool chest to be able to really maximize how you can make money selling on Amazon. Target is one of the best places to find product, one of the best. Again, some of your items are going to be gated. A lot of the items, when you're at Target and Walmart, a lot more than normal are either going to be sold by Amazon or are not going to be profitable. Just know that. It's a numbers game. But they have so many millions of opportunities out there for you that that's one of the places and one of the ways that so many people are successful. I'm not going to get into much in this session about going into Target. There's plenty of opportunity inside of Target and inside of Walmart. We don't have to worry about third parties when we're inside the store. We have our Internet Mastery mobile app where we can scan product. That's a whole different topic for a different day. Now, before I get into questions about this topic or any other, let me remind you of a few things. Number one, InternetMastery.live in Miami. We've just signed a special guest speaker who's going to be participating in that event, and they are going to be awesome. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. I need to get a couple of things in place before we do that. Also, next week, we will be announcing the venue, so you'll be able to book your hotel rooms. That's all coming next week. Pretty cool stuff going on. The price for InternetMastery.live is going up. So if you have your ticket, congratulations. If you don't have your ticket and you're not sure of whether you're going to join us in Miami, listen to me very carefully. These in-person events, particularly for those of you that are new and have never attended one of our in-person events, They are life-changing. The people that you meet and the relationships that you build and the things that you learn take your business to an entirely new level. In 2023, in January in San Diego, we had InternetMastery.live. People that attended that event have literally 10x'd their business as a result of being with us in San Diego. And you want to be with us in Miami, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th for those same reasons. Along with the content and the speakers, as has become the norm, we've got some new releases, some new updates, some new technology that's going to be available in beta and accessible to those of you that join us in Miami. So I want to make sure that you get your tickets for that. The other thing is we only have a handful of tickets left, so I want to remind you all that in the middle of December, I think it's December 16 and 17 or 15 and 16, it's a Thursday, Friday, we're doing a 2-day event in Boca Raton, Florida, called How to Write Your Own Book in 48 Hours. You'll leave that event with your book done. If not, you get your money back. It's real simple. You don't even have to have a topic or an idea. You'll have your book written, your cover art done. It's going to be awesome. You say, well, I'm new to selling on Amazon, or I sold millions of dollars on Amazon. You could be anywhere in the middle. Doesn't matter. If you have a book and you have something you can sell via Kindle, you have something you can sell with print on demand, once you get the concept done and you understand what to do, you could literally put content out every single month. Imagine if you spent 2 days a month publishing one book a month. Over the next year, that's 12 books. You don't need to sell a whole lot of books for it to pay for the course and the time you're away and the event itself. But most importantly, the ongoing passive income that comes from it is going to be amazing. I've been wanting to teach this class literally since 2009. Here we are. We're finally doing it 14 years later. It's going to be a lot of fun. So those are the announcements that I wanted to make. For those of you that have Bolo Search, keep in mind that the price of the Bolo Search subscription is going to go up now that we have Bolo Wholesale and Bolo Vendor in place. If you watched the Facebook Live that I did a few weeks ago, it was a thorough overview of Bolo Search and Bolo Vendor. I'll tell you what, I am really excited about this opportunity. Again, here's another change to the way we're going to be selling on Amazon. Inventory that is in stock, that is purchased on a wholesale basis, that gets you invoices, that hopefully gets you ungated. That's the goal. And it's shipping quickly, it's profitable, and we've only released twice now. 2 sets of Bolo Search inventory with Bolo Vendor on the wholesale side, and it's awesome. I mean, like that is how fast it's sold out. So we're not going to be releasing Bolo Search wholesale inventory on a regular basis like we do the Bolo deals every Monday. But when we do announce it, we will be putting a post in Facebook. So make sure you're checking in at least once or twice or more than that a week. So you get that opportunity. If they sell out, they sell out. Some wholesale inventory we can restock, some we can't. So it's we're slowly fine-tuning the Bolo Vendor side, but it's awesome. So let me stop here. Let me see if anybody has any questions. That was a lot of information that we've just covered here in the last hour or so. I'll scroll up to the top and see if we have any questions that anybody has. One of the things I want to encourage you to do is I've been posting some videos in the e-library. I post them in Facebook. They're all in the e-library. The most recent one I posted was what to do when your orders get canceled from a retailer and why they're getting canceled and how to work around that. If you haven't watched the video, it's like 6.5 minutes long. Less than 100 people have watched it. It's really worth watching. So we spent a lot of time putting out this content for you. Watch it. Some of them you got to watch 2 or 3 times, but they're definitely worth it. All right, let's take a quick peek here and see if we if we have this. So Jessica says brand owners could open a case against you if your product is fake. We're not, the answer to your question, yes, brand owners can do anything they want, Jessica, but Target doesn't sell on Amazon. And most brand owners don't sell on Amazon. If they do sell on Amazon, and you have a listing where the brand owner is a seller on the listing of their own brand, you shouldn't be listing that item. So that's something you would avoid, which would help you to avoid that issue. All right, let's take a look. If the item's not on Amazon, how do you create the listing? That is way beyond the scope of this conversation. I'm not here to teach you to do that. If you don't know how to do that, you probably shouldn't be doing that. One of the things that I like to talk about in these sessions are things that new people can do and things that advanced sellers can do. And advanced sellers know how to create their own listings, so I'm giving them some thoughts and ideas. If you're new, if you're just starting and you don't know how to create your own listing, I would not. I would definitely not do that at this time. That's just my advice, and so that's beyond the scope of what we're going to cover here today. So let's see. Target has 3 red cards. I don't know which card you should use, quite frankly. What I would say to you is that if you actually watch the video that I did on why vendors cancel your orders, having a Target red card contradicts what I covered in that video. Now, if you're using the Target red card, which is where you get an additional 5% off, and you're shopping in the store, that's a totally different situation. I'm not familiar enough with which Target card you should get. You had to do your own research on that. All right, good question. Bolo Search, a subscription is month to month. It is $299 a month right now. It is going up. And the target price that it's going to for Bolo Search and Bolo Search Wholesale, all included in one, is going to be $999 a month. We want very few people to understand the goal here. Okay, the goal is not, look, we could offer Bolo Search Wholesale for $12 a month. That defeats the entire purpose. The purpose of Bolo Search Wholesale, not Bolo Search. Bolo Search, anyone can get. It's $299 a month. That's going to go up too. Remember, when you're locked into the price, your price is locked in for life. So when the price goes up, your price doesn't go up. If your subscription cancels and you resubscribe, you subscribe at the higher price. But the point I'm trying to make is this. The Bolo Search Wholesale, at some point, with Bolo Search Retail and Bolo Search Wholesale, all combined, will be $1,000 a month. You say, that's a lot of money. It is. You have no idea the amount of work that we have to do and the people we have to employ and the time it takes to find the deals, to pay to ship all the deals to the prep center, to organize everything, to upload everything, to make sure that everything fits in with what we're trying to do. It's a major task. And so what we want is we want to have less people having more deals and more opportunities and making more money. And you do that by having a higher price. So right now, if you lock in the Bolo Search, you get the retail and the wholesale at the $299 price. When the price goes up, your price doesn't go up because you're locked in as long as your membership is active. All right, let's see. Mimi says, I spent over 4 hours yesterday finding deals. Good job, Mimi. You're new. Congratulations. That's awesome. Whether you spend 4 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours, we don't work by the hour. We work by the deal. And the longer you do this, the better you get. It's going to be very exciting. We're looking forward to seeing you in Miami. You're going to be a superstar. You just have to understand that it takes time to get good at this. So congratulations to you. All right, let's see. Mohammed says, GameStop, Music Advisor, and so many like these vendors do not send to the prep center. Please explain why they do it. Mohammed, I really think you need to watch the video that I just filmed 2 days ago. I'm not going to talk about it again. I made the video because I'm tired of answering that same question. And so watch that video. If you're asking me why vendors don't ship to our prep center, it isn't our prep center. It's they don't ship to third-party prep centers. But I just gave you the workaround for a musician's friend. GameStop ships to the prep center all the time. We get dozens and dozens of boxes a week. from GameStop. So you need to watch the video. I can't answer your question here, but I can answer it on the video. So that's where I'm going to direct you to. Marcy says, how often will I be releasing new Bolo vendor products? I don't know, Marcy. It's not as easy as you think. And I'll tell you why. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. For example, when we go through, like, for example, we've been beta testing with the video games. I love the video games. So the video game supplier, one of our video game supplier, has about 2,000, a little bit more, about 2,500 items in their catalog, okay? So we go through all of our rigorous testing and scrolling and scaling and analyzing, and much more so than the basic results would entail. And so, for example, we came up with, out of over 2,000, almost 2,500 results, we came up with 14 titles, 14 video games that met our criteria. So guess what we did? We bought all of them. Whatever the stock they had, we bought them all. Now, the problem is that the wholesaler just doesn't refill next week. So that wholesaler is out. We could go back and check their catalog every day, but it's weeks and weeks and weeks for the wholesaler to restock. So then we go to another wholesaler, then we go to another wholesaler. So what we're building up right now are credible resellers that continue to have inventory to grow. I would love to find a wholesaler that as soon as we buy, they run out, they reorder, they get restocked, and we can restock. But that takes time to build those relationships and get all that in place. That's why we're launching it in beta. That's why we're going through it slowly. But the opportunity is massive. In fact, one of the things that we're looking at doing, and I'll know in a couple of weeks, is we're trying to finalize some new space where we're going to expand the current space to the new space. It's almost 4 times bigger than the space we have now. In order for us to really grow the wholesale side, we're going to need a whole separate area to inventory that item. Remember that with wholesale, the items are either en route or in-house. We don't take your orders and then go buy the orders from the wholesalers. We buy everything first, and then it becomes available to the Bolo wholesale side. So that is awesome there. Excellent. All right, let's see if there's any other questions that anybody has. Any questions on upcoming events, any topics, anything that I can help answer for you. I'm happy to do that. I wanted to make sure that there's a good reason for you to come every Friday. Look, all of the coaching sessions that all of the coaches do every week, Corinne and Camille and Carl and Preston, they're all great sessions, and you should be watching all of them. At the same time, this is one that I want to make sure you're watching. So not only do we do it live like this, but every one of these is recorded and archived in the e-library. In fact, I think some of you are not going to the e-library, so you don't understand where all of this is. So let me show you where it is. We'll head over to Internet Mastery Community. You log in and you click on e-library. And the place that you should go is right here where it says all courses, recent videos. And there are 16. That's going to change today, but there are 16 videos here. And we need to update this thumbnail here. If you sell on Amazon. But that's for Muhammad. So I need to update that, that thumbnail image. However, you can see this is last week's Facebook Live. This is about category on gating. This is the week before. This is how to opt out from Amazon's multiple dation. This is about success, Prep Center 2.0, pirate ship, and then other things in here that you can watch. So all of the videos since the beginning of September have been in here. That's too long. We only want to have really about 30 days worth in here. So later today, I'm going to remove the older stuff. I'm creating a new category called Facebook Live Archive. So you'll be able to watch all of those here. We've only got one in here now, but I'll be moving those all from September to be in here. But you really need to be utilizing the e-library for maximum opportunity and maximum efficiency. And I want to remind you all that when you pay to go to college, You still have to do your homework, show up to class, take your tests to graduate. Paying for college doesn't graduate you. And so this is your business. This is for you to watch the training videos. This is for you to watch all of these archived sessions. The reason that we're creating so many of these short videos now is because we want to make sure you have access at your fingertips to the most important questions that you need the answers to. And we'll continue to create those videos as often and as frequently as necessary. So that's awesome. All right, let's take a look and see if there's any other questions. Is it ever okay to sell something with Amazon on the buy box if you're getting a really good price for it? I would say this. I'll give you a little bit more of an advanced answer to your question. Actually, I'll give you both. If you're new and you're just starting, I would say be very careful if Amazon has the buy box, if even Amazon is the seller. However, because, by the way, you never know how low Amazon can go. Amazon is very cutthroat when it comes to profitability. However, if you have the repricer, again, I'm not going to get into repricer in this session, but if you have the Internet Mastery repricer, I would go head-to-head with Amazon all day long. Now, you're not going to win the buy box the majority of the time, but you will get it 20% of the time. And so if you get the product at a good price and you can be very competitive with your price point and you have the repricer, I would absolutely compete with Amazon. I might, in the beginning, buy a little bit less inventory just to see how it goes, maybe half or 2/3 of what SpyRival sells. But that's what I would do if I was competing with Amazon. I've never been afraid of Amazon. I never shy away from Amazon. But again, I'm not new, and I have the repricer. So those are two things that I wanted to mention. Excellent. All righty. Any final questions before we adjourn? Very good session today. Remember, tickets for InternetMastery.live are going up. And so you want to lock in your ticket. That's not very far away. And it doesn't make any sense to pay more later when you can pay less now to join us in Miami. Now, this event is it's a little bit different. Actually, I'll confess, I made a complete blunder with this event. I did. And I don't know what happened. But all of our events are on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. For some reason, this event is on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I didn't figure that out until literally last week. And so I can't change it now. We have hundreds of people registered. But the event is February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's a Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday, as opposed to a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's the same 3 days, and it's actually one less weekday. So instead of being gone Thursday and Friday midweek, you're only gone Monday midweek. But I didn't realize it. It wasn't on purpose. If it was on purpose, I would have done it the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But make a commitment. Be there. Fly in on Friday night. Be there on Saturday. Be there on Sunday. Be there on Monday. You can't miss these events. They're so important in the overall context of what you're doing that being there in person is just, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to experience it. So excellent. All righty, folks. Well, hey, listen, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining me. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Take care.